I'm joined in the studio tonight with Laura from The Fall of Eve. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
Now, Laura, I've got to ask, what happened to Michael?
Michael is currently sitting at home, rather unwell. He's got, we think, maybe a wee bit of a throat infection or something, but he's feeling very sorry for himself, so he's sitting at home with a hot cup of tea and the dog and the cat giving him sympathy.
Oh, wow. Now, the last time we had you on here, the EP had not long come out.
Yep.
And that's done very well for you, because it's brought your attention, the music of The Fall of Eve, to a bigger audience, which we will talk about later on, because you had a fantastic experience down in England at a festival. But the album Eternal Embrace, when is that coming out?
We're looking at hopefully the end of the summer, the start of autumn. All the tracks are coming through. We're getting them through on a regular basis, and obviously we then make wee tweaks and wee changes. Can we have that on a violin instead? Things like that. But they're all coming through. They're sounding great, and hopefully we'll have the whole thing done and sent out and online by maybe end of September-ish.
That's not that far away, so that's pretty good going. Anyway, The Fall of Eve, let's take a track from their debut EP called Calls from the Horizon. This is Shields of Faith. We were just saying there, while the track was playing, that must seem such a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, from even when it was released, that was 2013, but the songs have been in different carnations, rewrote and ripped to bits and sewn back together since 2011. So there was a 2-year period of us working on those songs. So by now we're sort of going, do we have to play it again? Okay, we'll play it again. Everybody likes it, it's fine.
But the thing is, I mean, okay, it's good to sit and write a song, but then, because it's The Fall of Eve and you get that big sound, all the time is probably working out orchestrations and things.
Yeah, well, I like to sit, and I'm classically trained, played in orchestras and things. I'm a clarinetist originally. I'll generally have a basic idea of, we would like a string part here or a brass part here or things like that, and then we'll leave it up to Philip. He'll come back with something and we'll say, can we change this, can we move that there, can we have more of this?
Yeah.
And we'll sort of do that, but we have a general idea of what we would like when we start the writing process.
Let's leave Calls from the Horizon behind and let's move forward to tracks from the Eternal Embrace. Now, the first track that I've been playing on the radio is, of course, Destiny.
Yes.
Now, the thing I love about Destiny is I love it's been like a local cottage industry down here, because you made the video.
Yeah.
You used urban locations.
Yes.
And you also used an urban-based film company. Tell us all about it.
Well, the Destiny video, we spent a lot of time liaising with North Ayrshire Council to have proper permissions to film at Irvine Beach and in the Trinity Church, which was brilliant, because the Trinity Church at the time was just a blank canvas and we could just fill it with smoke from a smoke machine and big fans, and it was great. We'd had Rob Wallace Media, Hingway Films, Rob and Greg come down and do all the filming, do all the editing. They were great. They were particularly excited about building the fire down the beach, which was, I think, a high point for them, because they quite like to get the lighter fluid out and have at it. But it was great to just keep everything as local as we could. The next video we do, it's all going to be local again.
Yeah.
And we just think it's great to be able to use local businesses and big up the local economy as much as we can.
I remember when we were chatting on Facebook one night, you told me that you would love to use the Trinity Church.
Yeah.
And you didn't know how to go about it. Is there going to be lots of hoops to jump through?
Yeah.
But I knew you would get it in the end.
Well, it was one of those things, we looked online, we were told it was under the care of one person. They says, oh no, it's under another person. We had about 3 or 4 phone calls back and forth. We were told we couldn't use it because there was an exhibition on. And then about a week before filming, when we were completely frantic, pulling our hair out, where can we film this? We got a phone call back from Leslie Forsyth, and gem of a woman that she is.
Yes.
I had left her a message on her answering machine about 6 weeks previous, and she had never got back to me. They had said, Leslie might be able to find you somewhere else. Speak to Leslie. I'd left her a message, nothing. I thought, okay, she obviously must be very busy. I won't hound her. She phoned and said, there's another room in the Trinity if you want to have a look at it. Like, yes, we do. we met her up there, I think at 8:30 in the morning the next day. Got shown the side part of the building, which was more Susie Turney's than the main part of the building, because it was a smaller area we could have more of an effect of.
Yes.
And it worked out brilliantly. We were on at the same time as I think it was an exhibition for the Commonwealth Games.
That's right,
and we even had Domino's delivered us a pizza, and they waited behind the wee curtain we'd set up to try and block out some of the noise. We were going, it's okay, you can come in, it's fine. And there was people, we could hear people behind the thing must be interested to see what was going on, and it was great.
I knew it would happen. Leslie, fantastic woman, and of course everything to do with the arts.
Yeah.
And music is part of that, and local music is part of that as well. So you filmed all that part in the church. The first part, if you go onto YouTube and type in The Fall of Eve and type in Destiny, you will get the video. Wonderful video. So you started it off the performance part of it in the church, and then you went onto the beach. What was the kind of story of the video?
Well, the story of the video is that myself and 2 others have been taken to be part of a ritual. That ritual is performed in the hopes that we will be infected, so to speak. You see the sort of the high priestess, her eyes are affected, and unfortunately the other 2 do not pull through the ritual and keel over to the side. And I survive, and you see the eyes change at the end, and it was something we tried to make it sort of work as best we could, and we had tried to keep something that was going to be effective but simple enough to shoot. Yes,
that's the thing. It's all one having an idea, but it's got to be able to be shot.
Yeah, it's the logistics.
Anyway, Laura, we'll play the track. This is The Fall of Eve, and a track. This is going to be on the Eternal Embrace.
Yes, it is.
This is Destiny. I actually thought you were going to break into song there, Laura.
I did a wee bit.
Now, you and the band had a fantastic experience. You were down and you made your debut performance at the Dames of Darkness Festival down in Wolverhampton.
Yes, we did, and it was fabulous. We were invited down by David Homer, who, if he pays attention, should be listening, because I told everybody I was going to be down and talking about it, and put the links up and says listen. So if he is, hello David. He asked us, would we like to open the festival? We said yes, that would be awesome, thank you so much. We'd heard of so many other bands that had played it over the years. This was the first year they did 2 days. Thought, great, we get to open the whole thing. We were a wee bit nervous about, is there going to be anyone there? Will anyone show up to see the first band of a 2-day festival? What if there's no one there and it's a total waste of time? People were saying, no, down here people show up for the doors opening, it'll all be fine. We went down, we got sorted out, we had a last minute, very, very last minute the night before rehearsal with our bassist who we hadn't seen since the day before the Destiny video.
Wow.
And it was great. There must have been about 450 odd people, and we almost sold out of all of the merch we took, and we were inundated with people wanting signatures, photographs. The photographs that went up online have been amazing. A lot of people with huge cameras, massive lenses, taking major high-def DSLR photographs, and I'm just totally blown away by the amount of people that were saying, oh, you were brilliant, that was your first gig, really, oh my god, and going, I can breathe now, so I did it, okay.
Did you manage to get a chance to enjoy some of the music?
Well, yeah, the merch booths were in the back of the room where the bands were playing, so you couldn't necessarily see everything, but you could hear it all. I was sort of commandeered into the merch booth all day and had to keep all my stage gear on all day. So there was a lot of leather involved.
Describe your stage gear for the listeners.
Well,
if they haven't seen it on Facebook.
If you haven't seen it online, it started with the decorated top hat, and then there's the shirt with the leather underbust waistcoat corset, the jacket that I made, leather trousers, and then heavy duty New Rock knee-high steel plate boots. So after about 8 odd hours in all of that get up, it's a long day. But loads of people wanted photographs with me, and I thought, I can't go and change into jeans and a t-shirt and take the makeup off and all that stuff and walk about. I need to keep the look going, and I was one bit with my cane and the whole thing. It was great.
When you're on stage performing, and were you looking at the audience to see reactions, or is it a case of when you're on stage, Laura becomes Evangeline and you're just concentrating on everything you're doing? Well,
I try to sort of interact with people as much as I can bring myself to do it without completely freaking out at the nervousness of it, because it was very nerve-wracking given that it was our first gig, and we tried to sort of just let that go and just do the performance. And it's one of the reasons why I had the cane, was that it gave me something to do with my hands. I wasn't wondering where to put my hands. I had a thing, and I pointed at people with it and threw it in the air and all that sort of thing, and you could see some people's faces, but a lot of the time there was just lots of flashes of lens, flashes from cameras.
There is a couple of videos on YouTube have come up. Good video of Destiny.
Yeah, we were quite surprised. We weren't expecting videos. We had expected the photos because of all the flashes, but we hadn't really expected videos of us. Just hadn't been something we'd thought of, and we were going, oh look, someone's put a video up of us playing. We're totally like, we can see it from their perspective. Yeah.
A fantastic experience for the band. Does that make you say we want some more of this?
Oh yes, definitely. There's a couple of bigger female fronted festivals which are based in the mainland of Europe, which we would love to play. One was unfortunately already confirmed their entire their whole lineup. So that was unfortunate, but the other one is actually taking a year off this year. They're not having one this year. Female Metal Voices Fest.
Yes, I've heard of that,
which, I don't know, maybe in Flemish, it's in Belgium, so maybe in Flemish or something the name's a bit catchier, but Female Metal Voices Fest. And I think the organiser from one of them was there. We were told he was there, and he says if they like you, they'll be in touch with you.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that they're taking a year off, and they're asking about who would you like to see next year. And we keep seeing people every now and again, our name comes up, people saying get the Fall of Eve to play, and I'm going yes, get the Fall of Eve. The Fall of Eve will come to Belgium, don't you worry, we will come to Belgium.
Anyway, we have an exclusive play of a track from the Eternal Embrace, or just Eternal Embrace. Tell me about Forgotten, because it's just really you and piano.
Yeah, Forgotten is sort of the token ballad track. We had written Forgotten originally with a guitar and all the rest of the stuff, but as time went on we thought it needed just less and less, and it could be more and more stripped back. And when it came down to actually recording it, we thought, why not have it just with the piano and a wee bit of strings, keep it really, really bare, and if the piano part is simple enough and I practice very, 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 very hard, I might be able to learn it, and then when we play it I can actually go out and play the piece, which would be awesome to be able to do that. But
you are a multi-instrumentalist anyway.
Yes.
You've got that knack of being able to pick things up.
Yeah, well, being able to read music is a big, big help. I'm woefully bad at reading bass clef. I still have to figure out what note it is and then write it down. But I will get better. Michael just got me a new keyboard, and I've not had one for a really long time, so I can sit and practice.
Yeah. A radio exclusive there from the album Eternal Embrace. A great ballad, The Fall of Eve and Forgotten. And I asked you, we were chatting there while the song was playing, and I said, what did you think when you got that song through?
We were totally blown away. We had sort of given Philip free rein. As long as it's piano and strings, we're happy. And that's what we got back, and that's it without any changes whatsoever. We're thinking of adding a wee tinkly piece during the bridge, but other than that, that's what's going to be on the album, and we could not be happier with it.
I'm actually dying to hear the whole album, so and right, let's look forward a wee bit. Album hopefully out at the end of summer, beginning of autumn. You're looking tentatively at the end of September.
Yep.
What then is going to happen for the Fall of Eve?
Oh, well, hopefully we will have an album launch event of some description, whether that's a gig or an event with other bands, or whether we possibly go on tour. At the minute we're majorly focused on the next video shoot, which has sort of been all-consuming. Our shoot date is the 4th of July, so it's very, very fast approaching.
That's next Saturday?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Locations all sorted?
Yes, locations are all sorted.
Can you tell me?
It's I'm not even sure how to say where it is. It's near where the Gales and the golf club are.
Yeah, I know where you are.
There's a bit down there where you can go walking, and there's a sort of open expanse, and there's a lot of what looks like dead wood.
Yes, I know exactly where you are.
And it's all twisted and gnarly. A lot of it's going to be filmed there. The story involves 2 incarnations of the same person and a third. We're calling it the creature at the minute. And then there's also another character that gets brought to life. And there's no performance footage. It's supposed to be more of a sort of a short film. But we're having that, and then the woods in Shilton Wildlife, I think it's a wildlife reserve.
Yes.
Small bit of it's going to be right in the trees in there, really dark and dense, and hopefully sort of scary if we can pull it off.
I love that, sort of scary.
If we can pull it off, if it doesn't look totally ridiculous, and if it's not sun blazing and we have to try and dull the light down, and although I hope it's not too cold, because I will be very, very cold.
Of course, the song that you're talking about that you're making the video for is, of course, The Devil Never Sleeps.
Yes.
But before we play it, tell everybody how they can find out about The Fall of Eve.
You can find The Fall of Eve on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Fall of Eve Music. That same suffix is used for our YouTube channel, The Fall of Eve Music. We're also on Twitter under Evangeline_TFOE, The Fall of Eve. I think it's also the same for Instagram and a few other bits and bobs. We're all over the place.
Do you have like a SoundCloud page, Bandcamp page kind of thing? Yeah.
I don't think we don't have a SoundCloud. No. The EP, all of the tracks from the EP are on YouTube to be able to be listened to. The tracks that don't have official videos that's just the album art.
Yes.
But they're all on there to listen to for free. It can be downloaded on iTunes, Xbox Music, Amazon Music, Blinkbox, Nokia Music, and all these sort of other music retailers.
I think when the album comes out and people get hold of the album and they haven't got the EP, I think you'll find this rush of people hoping to either get a hard copy of the EP or actually get now the download of it.
Yeah, well, we're really surprised that we get back reports every so many months or weeks that tells us where has been selling the best, what month has been doing the best, how much we've made since we last got a report. And we've found that out of the top 10 months, almost all of them have been from the end of 2014 and 2015. We did more than double in November 2014 than we did the month that the EP was released.
Yeah.
And it's been getting more and more sales as time's been going on.
That's
it's not been dwindling away, which is
it's been a gradual increase.
Yeah.
Which goes to show people are hearing the music and downloading the music and hopefully buying the physical product as well.
Hopefully, yes.
But it must have been a blast down at Dames of Darkness Festival, and all that merch just went. Yeah,
literally within the space of a few hours, we went through 100 copies of the EP. I don't know how many times I signed my name. I was asked to sign guitar plates. I was asked to sign. Someone got me to hold up a Shaun the Sheep bag for a photograph. I'm assuming this bag must go to many, many gigs and be photographed.
It must be very symbolic.
There must be a collection of photographs.
Of course.
And all these things. And I made broken glass cupcakes, which were chocolate cupcakes with vanilla icing, and then I melted sugar, which is very, very dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, do not try this at home. General disclaimer.
Yeah.
Poured out onto baking paper, let to set hard, and then shattered, and then the broken pieces put into the icing, and then raspberry sauce, and it just looks like the most metal cupcake you could conceive. All of them went.
I loved it. The last time you were down, you brought chocolates.
Yes,
they were lovely. They were lovely.
Really
and today you brought T-shirts.
Never come empty-handed.
Fantastic. Anyway, we'll talk in a bit, but here's the track, The Fall of Eve, and the video. I mean, what's the timescale for the video? I mean, when do you think it'll be out there for people to see?
I think if we're shooting on the 4th of July, we should be maybe, if I'm not ambitious about it and be more on the realistic side, call it maybe 4 weeks after that, to have it all done. And then once we get everything back, it will be uploaded straight onto our YouTube channel. Fantastic.
Fall of Eve, The Devil Never Sleeps. And of course, we'll look forward to the video from that as well, Laura.
Yes, hopefully everybody enjoys it.
I've got to ask, what's it like walking down the mall, walking down the Bridgegate, and all of a sudden you look up at a big screen and your video comes on for Destiny?
It's sort of surreal. We went down specifically to watch the very first time it was going to be on, and we stood at the top of the stairs at the Trinity Church and we watched it, and for some bizarre reason I've never seen so few people in front of the mall on a Saturday afternoon in the sunshine, but there you go.
Fall of Eve has scared them all away.
Yes. They played us actually a couple of times on a loop, and after that they said, we're going to set up this music playlist, would you be happy with us adding your video? We said of course, that would be brilliant. And now we get messages from people that know Michael, especially because all his family's from around here. Oh, I seen you on the big screen up at the mall, and he met someone who he used to know through his college and didn't recognise him because he grew a beard and all this, and he was working for the people that stop you to ask you to check your who's cheapest for electricity and these things. And he was talking to, oh, how you doing? And talking away to him about the band, and oh yeah, we did a video and it's getting played on the telly and and he turned around and it had started on the big screen as they were talking in the middle of the street, and he went, oh, that's it there.
Wow.
Sort of a perfect timing moment. Thank
Certainly
you,
is.
North Ayrshire Council.
Yeah. Laura, it's been a pleasure to have you in the studio today. I hope Michael gets well soon.
Yes, hopefully.
Hi, Michael.
Hello, Michael. You better be listening. I hope you've not fell asleep.
Anyway, Laura, I look forward to the album coming out, and we'll get you both in and we'll chat about the album and showcase some tracks from it as well.
Sounds good. Can't
Anyway,
wait.
Laura, from The Fall of Eve, wish you all the best for the
Cheers.
future.